So I want to take you through this very quick whirlwind tour. First, let's go to Germany. Liebherr is a mid-market company, one of the German national champions that builds refrigerators. And they're not just building a refrigerator, they're building refrigerators for both industrial and consumer with computer vision in the refrigerator. So that means they can recognize objects, automatically fill in the inventory list, the shopping carts. Let's now travel home for us to Seattle, to Boeing. And what Boeing is doing is pretty phenomenal. They're taking what is essentially a plane and creating a digital twin. So then when they deliver to an airline, they're not just delivering the plane, but they're delivering the digital twin that's able to process billions of events in real time coming from the sensors in the plane, and then give the airline all of the information required about fuel efficiency, passenger flow, and everything. A digital twin that is real time. Now, let's imagine how you can change, how to make any place, whether it's a hospital, a factory floor, or a construction site, safe. Using commodity cameras with deep neural nets deployed at the edge on those cameras, you can turn any physical space into a search engine where you can reason about the people, the objects, and the policies that you have created so that there is safe operations. And in fact, a partner called Prism is deploying these solutions using, again, Azure Cognitive Services capabilities. Now let's go to Schneider Electric, in fact, a farm in New Zealand. Now, Schneider Electric took one of the oldest challenges that we as a society have had, agriculture, and truly transformed it. 70% of the fresh water, even today, gets used in agriculture. And so if you put sensors in the field and collect that data, use it to optimize how and when you pump water, using, in fact, offload electric meters, and then optimize for the yield of the crop, you can transform farming and, more importantly, deal with some of the environmental challenges. So it's amazing to see the solution that Schneider has built and what it can do for us as a society. Now, let's go to retail. In fact, another partner out of Australia, Lakiba, has taken what is perhaps the real frontier of retailing. There's a lot of talk about e-commerce. But one of the things that's exciting is every physical outlet in retail is going to be transformed by AI. Just imagine if you could do to the physical space what you were able to do to web pages through use of AI, where your merchandising draws you in. Again, using camera tech, you can now start dynamically using data to help merchandise in any retail outlet. ThyssenKrupp, it's fascinating to see this company and what they've done in many of their product lines. But the one product line that personally speaks to me is their stair lift division. When you are trying to install a stair lift, it's an error-prone process because you kind of have to measure it, then it goes off to manufacturing, and then usually comes back with errors, and so it's an iterative process. But with the HoloLens and its computer vision capability, you take accurate measurements day one, and then, in fact, before going off to manufacturing, you can tweak the installation and see it, and then send off to manufacturing, and completely changes the efficiency curve and the satisfaction rates. So transformative both in terms of product creation and business model. Case Western Reserve. Now, Case Western Reserve and Cleveland Clinic came together and said, we're going to change education and medical education. The first-year anatomy class at Case Western Reserve is taught using HoloLens. And I recently was there and I talked to both the professors who were teaching it, and they were all saying, I wish we had this when we were learning. And I, as an electrical engineer who never understood Maxwell's equation, I was thinking I would have loved that too. It's fantastic to see the transformation that is happening with all of these solutions. And when I think about what we are centered around, which is our mission,